Coming from the Caveman Studios in Buffalo, New York. Welcome to Caveman Corner with your host, Jeff.
Captain Caveman!
Thanks.
Click subscribe and the bell. Do it now!
K4 Fight Week! K4 Fight Week! I'm here with Charlie Brown and the WNY MMA superstar Ashley Pesano.
Yes, Pesano, thank you.
Pesano, I got it right. How about that? I've never said your last name once in my entire life before. And I was like, oh man, I probably should have asked you right before we went live. I thought that as soon as I started, I was like, shit.
It's perfect.
Well, it's amazing to have you on. Thank you for coming on. How you feeling?
I'm feeling excited. It's been a long time coming, which I know you know, because we used to train together at WNY and you used to coach me. But I'm ready for it.
How long have you been training for?
Since the spring of 2018, so almost 6 years now. I think like in March it'll be 6 years.
I remember right before COVID started, I was like, when are we going to get you a fight? Oh my God.
Right?
And that was like before COVID. I thought this for so long. I'm so happy that you're finally going to get to fight. And I'm even happier that I'm going to get to call it. It would be better to be in your corner, but it's going to be amazing to call it.
Yes, I'm really excited. And it means a lot that you say, even before COVID, you thought I'd be a good for a fight, because back then I was actually 30 pounds heavier than I am now. So hopefully my skills only gone up from there, which is good.
You are one of the most dedicated workers that I've come across in my time training athletes. Like, you're in the gym all the time. You don't miss days. You're always working. And I love the dedication that you had to getting into the gym. And that's what made me really think that you could fight. And then watching hit the bag, I could see you got like just a little something wrong with you that gonna make you a good fighter. And
thank you. Yes, I do.
keeps you training, and like I appreciate it. And Ray, god damn, that sweater looks so stupid. I'm looking at you. I cannot stop thinking on.
It looks great. It's the sunglasses inside. It's like a Sean Felton special right there.
It definitely is a Felton special. All the pimps all got the same outfits and the same clothes and the same glasses. I don't know what's going on. Speaking of Sean Felton, is he going to be in your corner for your fight?
Yeah, that's the goal. Initially, he had planned to go to a Rams game. So it sounds like he's changing his plans up a little bit, and he's going to be there for all of us, which is great.
Oh,
he's been my coach day one. So
yeah, there's a lot of people on the mat, and or a lot of people fighting in the cage, actually, that they're not on the mat. Jesus. There's a lot of people in the cage. Man, he loves his Rams, though. It's pretty.
Yes,
he does. To cancel a Rams game, he must really like you guys. What's it been like since Felipe's been there? I know things changed a little bit, and it seems like everyone's like really been picking it up in the last little bit. So I want to ask you about the changes.
It's been great, honestly. At first, for a while, I think coming back from COVID after Corey Webster, he got busy, so he wasn't coaching. Sean Doyle and Tony Viscomi were training, but they weren't teaching classes anymore. So for a while, it was quite a few months until Dub and Kate and everyone was talking about really bringing our striking team back. And they brought Felipe in for a little test run, and we all loved him. And now he's here to stay, thankfully for us, because he's really brought our program up to the next level. He makes extra time with the fighters. He's always killing us in his fitness classes, but no matter what, you can count on him in or outside of the gym, which is great. Like, I have no idea how to weight cut. I've never done it. So first thing this morning, I'm like, all right, what do I need to start doing? And like, he's responding right away, and just anything you could want from a coach.
That's amazing. Man, you don't really look very big for 45 either. How much weight you got to cut? I know that's not a question to ask a lady.
No, I don't care. It's fine. I started around 160, 158. And right now I'm at like 153.
Nice. Sounds like you might have a little size advantage. We had your opponent on at 6. And she said she's right about the weight that she wants to fight at, because she has a long drive, so she didn't want to have to like drive and cut weight. She wanted to be kind of on weight. So do you think fighting at home gives you an advantage?
I think so. It's a double-edged sword. I think it's going to be great to fight at home because I'm going to have a lot of the crowd there for me. People have been messaging me and saying they're coming out. People I haven't heard from in a while, which is awesome. But I think that's also probably going to play into the mental side of things too, knowing people are there to see me. So just getting myself focused and knowing what my plan is in order to, thanks, Mackenzie. Seeing knowing what my plan is and sticking to it.
That's awesome. I had so many people say, "Oh man, I can't wait to see Ashley fight." So I'm excited that you're able to do it at home too. Like fighting in Buffalo when you train in Buffalo,
Mhm.
it's a pretty rare thing, especially making your debut at Riverworks.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better than that.
That was my hope when I actually first started to look for a fight during the heat wave, I think. And each time I just haven't been able to find someone in the weight class. So I really appreciate Jasmine coming out to Buffalo to fight this with me.
She's got a fight. Do you think that gives her an advantage? She's been in the cage. She felt it before. She was only really in there for one round.
Mhm.
Do you think that gives her an advantage, or do you think like training with the team that he does kind of makes it even?
Um, yeah, I'd say no matter what, since I don't have any fights, I don't have that in front of the whole crowd experience. Like she's got those first fight jitters out of the way, which is to her benefit. But I also know my team and I know that no matter what, once I get in there, I'm going to be locked in.
I like that. I asked this of all the female athletes because you guys have a little bit tougher than we do. Like, there's always training partners for guys, no matter how big or how
Mhm.
small you are. There's plenty of guys your size. You actually train in a pretty large gym, so there are other women your size. Do you have a hard time finding training partners, and how does your sparring go, and how is it training with the guys for you?
So we do have a good amount of girls coming in, which is great. And a lot of those girls, since Felipe's been here, have been picking up their skills and whatnot, which is awesome, especially being that some of them are a little bit taller, which I'm assuming based on pictures I've seen, Jasmine's going to be a little taller than me. So I've had kind of worked different things with height in order to see what my game plan is going to be. But as for sparring, other than Alyssa, not many of the girls are really sparring as hard as I am training for. So I've just been going in and getting beat up by Todd Banks, Felipe, Sean Felton, Blake, all of those guys, Abbas. And as much as it's really hard at the end of the day, feeling like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not good at all. Then I'll go and reevaluate, like, okay, especially Sean, Felipe, Derek Patterson, like all of them, like they've been training for so long. They're at a professional level. And there's nothing like, in my opinion, to prepare me better for the fight than going against the tough guys who aren't going easy on me. And aside from that, Mackenzie Musgrove, as you saw in the comments, she's been a big help. I was working with her on the clinch, especially for her fight on Heatwave, which I think we all saw that, and we know she would have killed it in that fight if she was able to finish it through. That
No,
was
I think she finished it pretty through. I just think
yeah, I think there was some
it's
controversy with
pretty much
that,
over.
and I won't spill any tea here, but yeah. So Mackenzie, I've been getting out there working with her, Pat, and Sean Doyle. It's just really great that all these teammates that I've come to have and have left WNY, I know are still in my corner, and I'm able to work with them to get myself ready for this.
That's
You are
awesome.
training with some killers. You think that's going to give you the edge for this fight?
Sometimes, yeah.
Have you been in the clinch with Tony Viscomi?
I have. It's actually, he's one of my favorite people to clinch with. I appreciate he doesn't really throw his elbows full force at me, but he is honestly really great because he'll pause our sparring session like while we're in it still, like moving through and tell me, move your arm this way, move like that way. If this knee's coming in here, sweep there. And it's just been really helpful.
I think he's one of the best clinch fighters that I've ever worked with, and having him in your corner is a huge advantage. He really understands the clinch. Him and Corey Combs spent so much time in the
Yeah.
clinch, and man, I spent some time with Tony. Like I cannot. Doyle's got a really good clinch, but Tony's like so much stronger than Doyle. Like Tony can really dominate the
Mhm.
clinch, and I don't think you can find a better clinch partner than that. So I think you have a huge
Yeah.
advantage in the clinch, especially being shorter. She talked
Mhm.
about being taller too, so obviously it sounds like she's going to try and keep that range, use kicks, long weapons, and
Yeah.
I think you probably have an advantage in the clinch, especially if you're sparring with Tony. Man, that guy is a savage.
Yeah. I'm
Mackenzie as
hoping
well. Oh my
so.
god.
We've definitely been working the clinch a lot, but that's definitely also not the only weapons. Like I'm not going to go in just assuming, all right, we're going to get in the clinch and that's going to be it. Like I'm preparing for different ththings.
What's it like sparring Derek? I don't think you're ever going to find a girl that's taller than him. I
No,
like to bring him up. He's one of my favorite people in the whole world. So I asked
yeah.
him about how the rounds been going with you. I always like sneak and hear what's going on and stuff
Mhm.
because I love all you guys and I miss you a lot. So
Yeah.
I've always pumped Derek for some information. So I got some down low on your sparring sessions. But how do you feel with Derek?
Frustrated. If I'm being honest, I feel like over time, when I was doing boxing classes with him and Alex Castellano, Alex gave me a lot of tips on getting in on the taller opponents with movement, in the feet and the punching, all that stuff. Obviously, we're fighting. But with Derek, whenever I spar with him, he keeps that range with his long arms. He won't throw kicks at me. And that's like something that's hard for me because I'm so used to that more Muay Thai kickboxing style. We have entered the clinch a few times, and I feel more successful there with him than if I'm just going straight fists with him. But he always keeps me moving. He's putting the punches in my face. He's not letting me getting away with everything or anything. I can't speak. I'm not as much looking as Jasmine. I saw that comment, and I'm like, that's not me. But yeah, I love Derek. He's a great guy. I can always count on him to hold me accountable.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. Ray, I know it's your turn to ask you a question. You ask the question every time, so let's hear it.
How's your leg kicks?
I
I
like
know
to
they gotta
think,
be good if you're training with these killers.
yeah, no, I like to think they're pretty good. I'd have to say my legs are where most of my weight is probably kept. So, between training with the killers, my teammate Alyssa, she has killer kicks. So we're always drilling in those leg kicks, body kicks, head kicks. That'd be cool if I could come out with a head kick, but like that's not going to be the main force to start with.
We could maybe bring in a step ladder. I don't know how much taller she is than you. I'm sure I'll see at the weigh-ins, but there is a step ladder to get into the cage, so you just bring that in there with you,
Thank
maybe
you.
jump off
I'll
it or
I'll
something.
use that. I can
Yeah.
reach Sean Felton's head though, and he's pretty tall. I don't think she's taller than him. So
No, if you can reach Fountain, I'm sure you can reach him. How's it been training with him? I know he's got his pro fight coming up, and
yeah,
it's getting close.
it is. I'm really excited for him. He deserves it. He's been waiting for this opportunity for a while. Sean and I are really good friends, and inside, outside the gym, he's always constantly coaching me, telling me what I can do better. We've been getting our Sundays in where I can just work solely with him, and boy, will he punch me in the face pretty hard if I'm not keeping my hands up. So there's nothing more. He's such a genuine person, always looking out for others. And it's just really exciting to watch him succeed and the training that he's been putting in. It's really motivating for the rest of us at the gym.
That's awesome. Are you gonna go down and watch his fight?
I am. Yep. So a couple of us from the gym, we're going to drive down Friday and see him kick some butt. I don't know if I can swear on this, so I won't do that, but
Yeah,
You
good.
can swear. Ray's watching tentacle porn half the time. It doesn't matter. They can say whatever they want to say. If YouTube hasn't canceled us for Ray's porn habits, we're good to go.
perfect.
Yeah. Um, I got a question that might be a little bit delicate to bring up, but I want to ask because I hear a lot of people talking about it both ways. Um, you went to a seminar and there's a video of
Mhm.
you sparring and you made the highlight reel kick of
I
being
did.
teeped. Um, some people think it's like they don't like it that you go to seminar and you get put on there. I think it'd be pretty cool to get kicked by a
Yeah.
world champion. I think that girl might be the best keeper in the entire world in the female division. So I don't think there's any shame being teeped by her. I just
No.
want to hear your thoughts on it because I hear a lot of stuff like positive. I hear a lot of stuff
Yeah.
negative. Kind of want to hear how you feel about it.
Yeah. So it was a great experience to do the Yokow seminar. So thanks for Keith for putting that on. But I don't mind it. Honestly, I'm like, it is what it is. We all like it's gonna happen to everybody. They had 3 or 4 of us girls spar with her. And unfortunately in my event or my case, I have not seen her before, so I did not realize her teeps were like her thing. So I was the first one to go in sparring with her, having no idea. And that was like the first second or two of our sparring session. So in my head, I'm like, oh great, now I look like an idiot in front of everybody. But not that it makes a difference. She did teep down all 4 other girls or 3 other girls. And there's a lot to that video too, where I was proud. My friend Olivia, she filmed for me, and I was making good moves when I wasn't getting teeped to the ground. But we've been working on that because some insider information tells me that we like to teep here too. And I'm just gonna hopefully use that to my advantage. And the fact that everyone got to see it, you know, it is what it is. At least it could have been worse. I don't know.
I'm gonna say that girl has some of the best teeps in the entire world. I don't
Yeah,
think
like she's
it's
half my size and she was able to knock me down like nothing. So
oh, dude, her balance is so good, it's so amazing. She does that to like professional MMA fighters too. There's videos of that too. Like she is one of the best in the world, and like, dude, I would. It's like Sanchez sweeping you. It's like, is this
yeah,
gonna happen? Like, it's just, but like, oh my god, I got swept by the best in the world. To me, like, I think that's cool. I don't think it's
No
I
shame in it.
I don't think it's disrespectful that they show that either. You know what I mean? Like
no,
that's what they do. They go out and they show it.
Mhm.
It's a
For
very
sure.
shy thing to do, and I'm glad that you take it like you did because
Yeah.
man, that's some of the best in the world. Oh man, a
Yeah.
boss.
Oh, a
Ah,
boss is oh, there he is. Thanks,
Yeah.
dude. No, at first when I
Are
saw
those
that video, I'm
gorillas?
like, dang.
I
Yeah,
have to
there they
just call
are.
'em. Yeah. The first time I saw it, I didn't mean to cut you out. The first time I
No,
saw the
you're
video,
good.
what?
Oh, I was like, that's embarrassing. But I'm like, but I didn't look awful. Like I could have looked worse. And it's just cool to get that kind of video put out anyways. I kind of was like, even though it was me falling, I was like showing everybody like, oh look, here, watch me
Yeah,
get my butt
that's like
kicked.
everywhere in the world. Like everyone
Yeah.
saw that. Like it's cool. Like
And she
it is
was
what it is.
super nice afterwards. We talked and
Mm,
whatnot. So I really appreciated it.
yeah. So take me through a typical week of fight camp for you. What's your training like? What sessions are you doing?
Mhm.
What are you doing for recovery? What are you doing for diet? You know, the whole
Yeah.
rigmarole.
So unfortunately, I have a job that I work during the daytime. So usually, after I get out from work, I'll take like a quick power nap and then head right to the gym. Been doing a lot of circuit training, which has been brutal because a couple weeks before I took the fight, I had actually, or maybe it wasn't, I don't know when it was, but I had a race. So I was running 19 miles. So in my head, I was just like, I'm like, I can't weight lift and run this distance. So once I finished that race, I got into the weightlifting again. So those fitness circuits and stuff, those have been brutal, but finally starting to feel good again. After that, usually I would do some bag work and stretch out a little bit before. And then I'd probably be doing pads and sparring and more like technique drills for like 2-3 hours, depending on the day, how I felt about it. I've been running, unfortunately. I run these long distances and then they're like, okay, now it's time for sprints. And I'm like, Lord help me. Okay. But it's been pretty good. Each week, I feel like a couple weeks ago I was really in my head about things, but I finally like settled down and know what I'm capable of. And it helps that like all of these people like believe that I'm going to be able to come away with the win. As for diet, I've been eating eat right meals constantly, which is super convenient and I love them. The only thing when you're eating them like months in a row, it's like, oh, I wish the menu would change up a little bit more. But those have been helpful because I just, with the training hours, cooking like good food for myself isn't happening. I'm starting my low sodium today, so thanks, Paige. So my low sodium, that's been hard, just eating things bland and disgusting, drinking all my water.
No Burger King?
No Burger King. I'm really excited for some Telly's tenders after this, but just been putting in the work and listening to my coaches and getting in work with Mackenzie and Doyle on the weekends, getting in work specifically with Felton, and then just getting beat up during the week by all of our awesome fighters.
So how many days a week are you training? It sounds like you're doing like, I don't know, maybe 4 hours a day.
Yeah. Like between 3 and 4. It just depends. So usually like 6 days I've been going. Not all of those days are like a full 4-hour day, obviously.
Yeah.
Like Sundays I usually will do a couple hours. Yeah, Phil, thanks. But I've been grinding, and it's been hard at work because I'm a teacher, so my kids have been a lot. But once I get that power nap in, I'm good to go.
So are you doing rest days too, or are you like doing 7 on every week?
Yeah, I've been taking Saturdays as my rest days. Like I'll just do like light things like yoga or like going for long walks or whatever, nothing like too high cardio, but I don't know if that's the right answer or not.
There's always the right answer is what your body can do and what you can recover from. Every one of us is gifted with different durability and different ability to do hard training and recover from it. And like some of us have great blistering speed, and some of us are able to train every day, and some of us are really big and strong but get broken easy. Like everyone has different attributes. So like you have to find out what works best for you. And 6 days a week is a pretty heavy load, especially if you're doing like 3-4 hours a day for during the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's 20 hours of training, and then Saturday you're off, and then you're doing like your private session with Felton on Sunday. Like that's a lot of that's another part-time job, 20, 23, 24 hours. Like,
Yep.
that's a lot to get ready for a fight.
I'm doing a lot of sleeping in my free time.
Yeah. There's not a lot of free time when you're working your TV, doing all that. So like people don't understand like how much time fighters put in. And speaking of how much time fighters put in, if you put K4 Pesano down when you buy your tickets, Ashley will get credit for the ticket sales. So make sure that you guys do that. December 9th, we're 1 week away. So next weekend is the fights. Don't get your tickets at the door because then the fighters don't get any credit for it. Make sure you do and get your tickets right now. Mixon's giving you a shout out while I'm talking.
Thanks,
Mixon.
Mix.
Man, you're messing up my sales pitch, dog.
That's all right. I'd love if you picked me, but any of the WNY guys, feel free to support them.
Don't listen to that. Ladies first. So support K4 Pesano. Make sure that you guys put that in for ticket sales. If you go to the door and buy a ticket, you're not helping any of the fighters. If you can do it online, if you're watching this, you're probably going to the show anyway. So you might as well get the ticket now and sign up for a K4 Pesano.
Thank you.
Thank you. You want to shout out Eat Right? Since you already shouted on a little bit. Hang on 1 second, Ray.
What was that?
You want to shout out Eat Right? How to get to Eat Right?
Oh, yeah. They're honestly the best meal prep service I've tried so far in Buffalo. I've done 3 of them now. They're always fresh, friendly, and I wish I had a good commercial slogan for them, but definitely recommend. And it saves a lot of time for busy people, and it's actually high quality, healthy food.
All right, go ahead, Ray. What were you going to say?
So I'm going to say this. How many Western New York MMA guys fighting in this card? Like 8?
I believe 7.
7?
Yeah. So Jesse is fighting through a different gym. So if we count him, then 8, but the rest of us 7.
Okay. So I wonder if you're going to be the first one in the cage.
That's kind of what I was thinking, because I've noticed the pattern of the females usually going in the beginning. So hopefully we can start the night off with a good fight and a good win. I know we've had a lot of wins the last couple of fights, so it's definitely got me eager to get in there.
Yeah.
If you give me a couple seconds, I might have the fight order right here.
Oh, that'd be nice to know. Secret information that's gonna go. Well, it is live, but
Yeah, it was live.
Chief gonna be pissed off.
yeah.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't say this on air. I'm not gonna say this on air.
Okay.
Just in case it changes. I will let you know personally though after.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, you guys talk me into it. The other problem is I can't get it to load, so that's really the reason
Right.
I don't care about spilling the beans. If you tell me stuff, I'm gonna spill the beans. That's my job. All right, I can load it on my computer. Here we go. It looks like it does look like you guys are starting off the show right now.
All right. Sounds good to me. May as well start off with a bang.
Yeah, and then Aiden, and then Jesse, and then the Bell Martel fight, and then Ablas, and then Mixon, and then Dervishaw, and then Bell, Phelps, Hay, and then Blake in the finals. Have you sparred with Blake?
Yeah. I
He
have.
punch your face off? I've never had a nice problem with him. He's always like a savage.
No. He's a super nice guy. It was my first time sparring with someone with MMA gloves on, so I think that kind of just was a little alarming to me. I was like, oh, okay, this is how we're gonna go. I don't know you, but let's just throw me on the floor and punch me with some MMA gloves. No, but he's another one. He's been really good to spar with. It's easy for me to spar with certain guys. Not easy, but like knowing their patterns and what they usually do. So I like going with Blake because I don't see him as much when I spar. So being able to try and read him as a fighter while I'm in the moment has been super helpful.
Yeah, he's been like back-to-back camps. He was getting ready for Castro Combs, and he lost that fight, and now he's fighting on this card. So like back-to-back training camps for him, dude. Like the main event is gonna be a war, man.
He's
Can't
been
wait to
putting
see
in a
that
lot
one.
of work, that's for sure.
Yeah, dude, Blake is a savage. He did a lot of training with Solomon Renfro right before Saul left too. Him and Saul like had some wars in the cage, man. Wars that people would pay money to watch. They were really good. So
he's one I miss having around with us, but it's always good when he pops back in.
Yeah, you know the K4 main event is going to be off the chain, and the first fight is going to be off the chain too with Ashley.
Yeah, it is.
Taking on Jasmine. That's going to be a great fight. What is your prediction for the fight?
I hope so.
Win that money.
Oh, is there money involved in that?
Oh, you don't know about the money?
No.
Oh, let me tell you about the money. So me and Ray, well, actually, I really wanted to do this, and then Ray threw in $50. He finally gave it to me like 6 months later, but he did put his money in right away last time. We give away our hard-earned money, and we give away our fans' money, and we award fight of the night, knockout of the night, and submission of the night. So we give away 4 bonuses during the fights.
That's awesome of you guys. I know Mixon will fight me for fight of the night, though. He's been looking for that one. Mixon
was so close to fight tonight.
Yeah,
so
he was.
We might not be the most unbiased judges in the world. Mixon's fight might have been slightly better than Walker and Valone, but Mixon said if he loses to you, he'll accept it. But Valone got money stolen from his wallet right before he went out and fought. Before he went out and weighed in. So, dude, I felt so bad for him. Like, I was thinking about it all day long, man. And then his fight was really, really good, too. The first round was probably the best first round of the night. And then, it waned off a little bit. Walker kind of took over a little bit. But, man, he had so much heart, and he made it through. Mixon's fight was good. Hayes' fight was really good. I want to give Hayes submission of the night, too. Picking these fights is an incredibly tough thing. But I thought it was the right thing to give Valone the money since he got $200 robbed, and we gave him $200. So.
And he did put on a good performance too. So.
And Walker had a hell of a fight, stepping up a weight class, and they both stepped in within a week's notice to take the fight with each other, and just the way all the intangibles came in and play on that one. But man, Mixon was on fire, dude. That fight was
he was.
That fight was off the chain. Ray
Yeah.
looked like he was about to ask something. I was going to talk, and then Ray looked like he was going to talk, and then you looked like you were going to talk, and then everything got quiet. Silence is like the bane of podcast. So, what is your plan after this fight, Ashley? Are you going to keep fighting? Are you going to do MMA? All kinds of stuff. Like, there's so many things we can do. You got to get some jiu-jitsu and fight MMA, I think.
I was going to say, out of my 5.5 years being around, I have never stepped foot on the jiu-jitsu mats. I've never done any groundwork whatsoever. So probably MMA will not be my next stop, but
don't do it.
I'd love to just keep racking in the Muay Thai fights. Honestly, that's what's got my heart. It's what I've been focused on since day one. And the K4 promotions are my favorite to go to watch. So if I could continue to just keep doing K4, I would love to. Obviously, if other opportunities come, I'm going to take it, because being a female and at 145, I found it pretty difficult to find an opponent. Yeah.
January's coming up pretty soon.
So I have a race in the beginning of January, but I'm going to stay in shape after this fight and just keep grinding, and hopefully we can get someone else.
Definitely. I would love to see that too. What is your future in the sport? You think you're just going to do a few fights? Are you looking to turn pro? Is this a lifestyle? Is this a hobby? What's the future for Ashley?
That's a great question. I'm not very good at having future plans. My friends and family will tell you I don't think that far ahead in the future. But I think, and as you know, it took me 5.5 years to finally get myself into the cage. But as of right now, I just want to keep taking it fight by fight. If I could become pro, that'd be awesome. I know I'm a little bit older for the sport, so we'll see how long it takes till I get there, but I'm just going to keep training and pushing through like I have been.
I have a question for you. I'm not sure how well you can answer this. I wrote a piece about WNY, and I posted it maybe a week ago about the turnaround that WNY has had. When I fought, we were like the shit. No one was better than us. We had pros, we had Saul, we had Pat. Everyone was fighting. We started off the show. We were at the beginning of the show, and we finished in the main event like you guys are tonight. We won every fight. We stomped. The crowd was wild for us. Like, that's how it went. And then everyone turned pro. We were all fighting out of town. The amateur fight team fell off a little bit. But now there's a resurgence. And it reminds me of when we were a team back in the day. And we were all close-knit, and we were banging it out. You got Mixon, you got a Boss, you got Derek, you got Blake, you got a whole who's who. I'm leaving out like 10,000 people, but you guys are all like coming together, united, you stick up for each other. And that's like what made the turnaround happen. What changed that WNY went from like just going up and down and kind of floating to midline to being one of the best schools in the area again? What has changed?
Honestly, I think there was that flat line, and just bringing Felipe in and bringing the morale back up. We're seeing things we haven't seen from other coaches before. Everyone has something different to bring. So I have learned stuff from back when I first started, and it was Felton and Doyle and Corey Webster all the way up to Felipe, and just still being able to learn new techniques and new moves has been incredible. And he's really picked out guys that he sees potential in, like Abbas and Mixon, Todd Banks. Like, once he came around, these guys that I'm surrounded by have really just pushed it to the next level for themselves. And he just makes you want to come back and keep pushing yourself.
Awesome. I love it. I love to see what's going on. We need like great fight schools in the area, and the resurgence of WNY has been like the story of the year for me. Like, the year
exciting
started
to be
out
a part of, that's for sure.
Yeah, the year started out kind of flat, and you guys are like just storming through everything. It's good to see, man. It's good to see the former powerhouse rise back to power. I'm excited to see it. and you are going to lead off the show. What is your prediction for the fight?
See, I don't like answering those kinds of questions. If I'm going to say what I should say is obviously I'm going to come out with the win. I think it's going to be fair game until we get in there and we see what each other has. I've been training really hard, and I'm sure she has too. We haven't really heard too much about her gym, but I have some people who have seen her a couple times out sparring. So I'm going to try and use that to my advantage when it comes to the fight. And I'm going to leave my secret information to myself.
She trains with the Lang. She's going to be good. She trains over at Viking. Like, she's got good coaching too. Like, you guys equally matched in coaching, and she's got a fight. She cut the girl, and she won the fight. But it was MMA, smaller gloves. It's different story. She's a PhD though. That's a little bit like, man, she might. She's
well, I teach 7th grade math, and 7th grade math is really hard. So that's what I'm going to go with for my brain, but I know I don't have a PhD, so
she doesn't yet either. She's got to do her
credit who can do that.
So, like, if you hit her hard enough, her brain gets a little scrambled. She might want to not. She might be like, "Oh man, I don't know. I got a dissertation in a couple months. I gotta take some time off."
No, that's good for her though. Like, that's no easy work there either. So
you're a teacher?
I am, yeah.
So what do your who think about you fighting?
So they think it's really exciting. I tend to bust out some moves with them every once in a while, so they're like all in for it. I have a couple of kids saying they want to come out and watch, but I don't know how I feel about that. So part of me will be like, we'll just send it over to them afterwards. But no, honestly, they're like really big supporters. I mean, you always get the one who's like, "Oh, you're gonna get knocked out and it's gonna be hysterical." I'm like, thank you. Yep. But then most of them, like deep down, like they're always been a good support, except maybe not this week because I'm sure I'm going to be a little bit irritable from my weight cut and my water consumption. But
you should tell them to save their money, get their pay-per-view. They can watch and listen to me and Ray and Ben.
I should.
Yeah, they'll probably figure out a way to stream it, them bastards.
Yeah.
Don't stream it past the money. Don't be like Ray. Don't steal it.
Yeah.
Put money in our pockets. We definitely need it more than you.
It's true.
So now that you predicted you're going to win by knockout, what round do you think is going to
Oh my gosh, no, I did not say that. I said my kids want me to get knocked out. I never said that I'm going to knock her out. No, I feel like it's going to go all 3 rounds, honestly. I see it going to decision. I have faith in my training where I'll come out with the win. But again, it's hard. Like, there's no video footage on her, just like there's not on me. So I can't attest to her abilities and what she's going to bring to the table.
I got a question I ask all the people that really kind of tells me where your mind's at. Who's going to win the 3rd round?
I think I am. But I mean, I know everyone's going to say they think they are. So, but I really do think so. It's been a long time coming.
I love that answer. Not everyone says that, by the way. The answers are so totally different. Some people are like, I'm not going to the 3rd round. Like, I don't know. I think I'm in shape. We'll see how the 3rd round. Like, everyone's got a different answer. So it's an interesting question. I'm trying to do like a little impromptu survey.
Yeah.
7th grade math.
And I mean, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know if I've never experienced, I know a lot of our guys have experienced adrenaline dump for their first fight, but I'm no stranger to cardio. Like I run distances, which is a different cardio, but I don't know. I just train my cardio in different ways, and getting beat up by 180-pound men for 15 rounds straight for 3 minutes each. Like, I don't know, like I'm hopeful that my long-term training and my mental work, because I've been trying to keep a lot of like mind work going to push myself through this fight camp. I think it's going to come out for the best for me.
And 23 hours a week, that's a lot of time to put in. That's more than just more than a lot of amateurs do. That's a good amount. And I'm going to tell Derek that you call him 180-pound fatty too.
I know, not Derek. Never. But I have to say that work that I've been putting in, it's all Sean Felton. If you want to do this, he doesn't care if I'm an amateur, if it's my first fight. He's like, you need to be putting in as much work as I am. And I've taken that, and I can't quite reach how much work he's put in because he's also works at the gym. So he's there all day, all night. But I'm doing my best to make him and the rest of the team proud.
I'm messaging Derek right now. I'm on the podcast with Ashley. And
of course, it's the nice one you're going to be mean to.
What's that? There.
Oh. He's probably going to tell you he'll piece me up any day. Oh, man. Sorry, Derek.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to make sure that his number wasn't on there. That's why I double checked real quick. I didn't want to flash his number to the entire world. But I wanted to make sure that he saw that. I'm going to write just kidding after.
I mean, he knows he's not 185 pounds, so it's okay. He still pieces me up.
Yeah. He is a savage dude. He's one of my favorite people in the whole world. I'm glad that you get to train with someone that's kind of nice, and like he makes us all look bad. Don't worry. Everyone that comes in the gym makes us look bad too. Like doesn't matter who they are, and he makes other pros look bad too. So it's it's really good.
Yeah.
Do you have any sponsors or anyone to thank?
Honestly, I don't technically have sponsors, but Eat Right, because again, me and my meal prep are not happening for my busy schedule. Sean Felton, Sean Doyle, Pat, Felipe, Tony, all of those guys. I really couldn't do it without them. And then obviously my teammates who are fighting and have been the inspiration of me finally getting my butt in the ring and thinking it's time to do this.
Yeah, it's been time to do this for a long time. I'm glad you finally came on the podcast as well.
Yeah, I was a little nervous, but I'm glad I did it.
A little nervous.
I'm like, so that moment of awkward silence, I'm like, oh gosh, is that like that's what I thought the whole thing was going to be, us just all staring at each other.
No, we're not that boring. Ray's sweater just makes us look at it and just be quiet for a second. We're going to blame that moment. It sounds on the Charlie Brown sweater. It locked us up. Don't you guys forget to make sure that when you buy your tickets, you put in K4 Pesano. Make sure that Ashley gets ticket sale credit. We'd like to thank Stretch Out Buffalo, who is also going to be there as a sponsor, stretching people out backstage. Always Armstrong's Armory. We want to thank JCR Transport once again for helping us come up with the bonuses for the fighters. The fighters appreciate you more than even we do. Maybe not. I mean, we appreciate it a lot. But everyone that wins appreciates that a lot, like whether they know it or not. So we appreciate you guys all like putting in your money into the pot to help us give away money to these fighters who really do need it. And training is expensive. Thank you so much for your time, Ashley. We appreciate you coming on. Hopefully we'll see you on again, and hopefully one of us are going to interview you. I'm going to interview one of the two of you, either you or her. And I'm either going to ask her a dissertation question, or I'm going to ask you how it feels to be in the cage. So either way, it's going to be a good interview for me. And hopefully I get to go in there and interview you. I'd like to congratulate you in person because you're due. It's been a long time since you started training. 6 years is a long time away.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
All right. And with that, we got one more sponsor to thank. Well, not really a sponsor, but Keith is putting on let me read the thing. I forgot what it is already. He's doing donations for the food, but he's featuring Big Mike's Roosevelt St. Little Free Pantry. They're asking people to bring a non-perishable food item, and they're going to hold a 50-50 raffle too. They're trying to feed people in the community. So if you guys could all bring in some non-perishable food to be someone collecting it, and we can give it away to help hungry and hurting people. And we'll talk about it a lot more on the K4 Sunday podcast tomorrow. But we wanted to make sure that we give it a shout out. Keith asked us to do it. Anything you got, Ray?
Oh man, I'll just go bring some canned food. Donate some food. So
is your car working, or are you still borrowing Grammy's car?
Oh man, I'll fix it.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good to go.
Ray dates grandmas.
Aw, that's cute.
Caveman. Oh, he's so mean.
Dude, that was awesome. She baked your bread and everything after your date. That's like the best thing ever.
Oh, the banana nut bread.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Well, we're out of here, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Ashley. We appreciate you.
Thank
Like
you,
always,
Greg.
like and subscribe on YouTube if you're watching. Always like and subscribe to Facebook page. Make sure that you're always watching our stuff, and it really helps us and helps us help the fighters. Have a great night, everybody. See you tomorrow for Cave Forward Sunday. Let's go!